that's always a good finisher. So, for the people, let's put the sound back on. So I haven't played this before, this is my very first play, so we will see what happens. The Corvan Empire that had exploited the working people fell, providing a chance for a better future for the common people all over the world, regardless of their gender, skin color, and social status. We believed that the whole world would follow us, but our hopes for the world revolution and a bright future were not to come true. We were alone. All these years, the country was wisely guided by our Communion Working Party. Comrade Joseph Steele, the General Secretary of the CUWP and the Chairman of the Supreme Council of the Union of Communes, has ruled our state for the past 15 years. It was a surprise for all of us when, on the anniversary of his election to this post, during the 20th Party Congress, he announced the appointment of Comrade Guy Dare, a young and energetic reformer, as the chairman of the Communion Executive Committee. That looks like JFK. I will never forget Comrade Steele's face staring at me from the photo in the newspaper. It was like he was looking directly into my soul. We all seized by the sense of impending change we had to go through, but I could not even guess how quickly I would be dragged into what was happening. Others done. How do I watch myself? There it is. My name is Francis River. I'm 26. I graduated with honours from the Corventon Institute of Management and National Economy, and after that joined the CUWP. I've been an active member of its Aldstat department during the last 3 years. The phone suddenly rang on the evening of September 11th. The Central Committee of the CUWP was calling for me. I was told that according to the new course policy, I got into the staff rotation program as a worthy CUWP member and an outstanding alumnus of the Corventon Institute. That's how I found myself in Iron 1. Iron 1 was founded near the Wolfram deposits during the times of the Corvan Empire in 1888. It was known as Blackmont back then. It was a small mining town, but a glorious Orange Revolution turned it into a leading industrial city with almost 50,000 citizens. Almost half of them are representatives of the Kent people. Whoa, sorry about that. The rest are Covidian. My phone went nuts and dropped on the table. It does that. It gets excited. I was appointed the head of the city committee. I've become the ruler of this city. I have to move into my new office today. Monday, September 12th. Helen. Good morning, Comrade River. My name is Helen Rosie. I am your secretary. Good morning, Comrade Rosie. Glad to meet you. Comrade River, excuse me for my curiosity. Comrade Lebowski, oh, I love Big Lebowski, was removed so suddenly that I didn't even understand what was happening. How did it happen that the city committee is led by such a young leader? I hope it didn't sound rude. Everything's alright, Comrade Rosie. My appointment here is part of the party's new course. As General Secretary Steele put it, young leaders for a progressive order. And Comrade Lebowski has been sent into honourable retirement as a tribute to his long and honest service. This explains a lot. You can call me for any help. Oh, one thing just slipped my mind. Comrade Lebowski was removed so suddenly that he didn't have time to solve some issues. You can review the necessary documents. I left them on your table. Thank you very much, Comrade Rosie. I think we'll make a great team. We will, I'm sure. Wink wink. Right. Ooh, so you can interact with. You have unfinished business. Get back to work. Country map. Here you can learn about the history of the UPOC. Answer the official appeals from citizens and city service. Can't do that yet. Can get to the papers. and there's 2 phones, so a map there, and then this. So country map. Whoa. I don't really know what to do yet. Oh, what's this? 1916. What does it mean? Ooh. So many different colours and things. Looks like a naval battle down there. Navy's moving. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, someone is calling you. Pick up the phone. River is on the line. Colonel Chester, head of the police, is calling. Shall I connect you? Yes, if you would be so kind. Podcast was good tonight. Oh, I missed it. I have to watch it tonight, later on when I go to bed. Or listen to it. Hello, Comrade River. I'm Colonel John Chester, head of the Integrity Division of Iron 1. I'm calling to offer my congratulations on your appointment. Thank you very much, Comrade Chester. I'm pleased to meet you, and thank you for your congratulations. Oh, you don't know how pleased I am, but frankly, some problems are overshadowing my joy, and we should talk them over. Would you mind if I meet you, let's say in the evening, a day after tomorrow? I've got choices here. Of course, I'll be glad to talk to you, or I'm afraid my predecessor left me too many unsolved problems, but I've got a reception day scheduled for the 15th. Could you visit me on that day? Let's get on with it. What a nice beginning of our partnership. See you, Comrade River. Oh, party phone's ringing. The head of the City Committee of Iron 1, Francis River, is on the line. Hi Frank, it's Rayon. Rayon? I didn't expect to hear from you, especially on the party phone. Let me explain. Nat, thank you for the follow on, like on Facebook. I'm a major and the head of the political department of this town now. This line is secure, that's why I'm using it. I'm happy that I'm going to work with an old friend. And what's the deal with a secure line? Change always brings problems, Frank, and the Union is changing rapidly. Some might say too rapidly. The situation is complicated, but now we'll be working on it together. Maybe even go a bit against the rules sometimes, but it's all for a good cause. To sum up, I'd rather meet you tomorrow and discuss it in private. 2 options. Okay, come early. I'll notify my secretary, she'll let you in without any waiting in the queue. Okay. I'll connect you with my secretary, she'll register you for an appointment when I have some free time. I've got a lot of work to do. Nah, let's get on with it. Oh, you got it right, Frank. See you tomorrow, mate. It was nice to hear from you. Oh. Hello, Helen. Comrade River, excuse me for the intrusion. The Secretary of the City Committee, Comrade Sarah Chester, prepared a few dossiers on the important figures of Iron 1. They could be useful. Put the folder on my table, please. Also, I'd like to express my gratitude for your help. Thank you. Oh, please, Comrade River. There is no need. My job is to help you. Anyway, the workday is soon to be over, and it's improbable that I might need you until tomorrow. My conscience doesn't allow me to hold you here. You're free to go. Thanks a lot, Comrade River. In that case, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Comrade Rosie. Read the dossiers on important figures in Iron 1. Let's do it. So, Lieutenant Colonel Sylvester Bayer. Non-party with records for disorderly conduct during his year of study. Fully stoned for his guilt. Fully atoned. Whoop, my bad. Bit different. Fully atoned for his guilt via socially beneficial work. Selfless and devoted man. Married to his work. Saved numerous people in fires. Recommended for a medal 3 times but was not awarded due to murky past and undetermined origin. Carl Backett. Party member since 33rd, 1960. No criminal record, has numerous certificates and awards for medical achievements. Member of Iron 1 Civilian Patrols. Was not transferred to Alstadt Regional Polyclinic due to health reasons. Has a disability. Colonel John Chester. Party member since '69. No criminal record. Awarded the Order of Bravery for saving lives during his duty on the 7th. Wait. Oh. 14th of September 1975. Great executive and exemplary family man. Recommended for political department duty. So what do? And I just keep scrolling down. Yeah, there's more. 1, 2, 3. Up to the 4th one. Jack Reed. I don't know what I'm doing here. Jack Chester. Gene Kipler. Don't know. There's more. Sarah Chester, Nee Bacot. And Mark Winterstay. What does it mean? What's this? Attitude to the city committee and the budget. Miners district. Military. Wolframs. Can click that. Anatia City Library. Enter to learn more about Iron 1 and the UPOC. Do I want to? Okay. First adopted the ideas of communal socialism. I don't really know what I'm looking for. Okay. Nothing else. What's this? The decisions influence relationships with the party and the citizens. Oh, okay, so you got to deal with... I write to you, for I am unsure whom else to contact concerning this matter. I am but a simple driver with the transport department, recently granted new living quarters on the account of me getting married. Imagine my surprise when, while getting acquainted with the neighbours, I discovered that all of them have chandeliers hanging in their living rooms. Everyone claims that those lovely things were already there when they moved in, yet all we have in our apartment are bare bulbs. Same goes for the wall cabinets. What's that little symbol there? Others have them, but we do not. This is especially frustrating if no one is to recall just how hard it is to obtain quality furniture these days. Tried to do something about this situation, but the police told me they had no reason to suspect the items were stolen, and I do not even want to comment on the response we got from the town council. You are our only hope. That is theft, clear as day. We must help this person. Or, where is the evidence? One is not a thief until they are caught. Yeah, I reckon not enough evidence. One more family is disappointed with your system of governance, which views the people as its insensitive gears. Don't forget that you are one of the system's faces. Well, there's no evidence. Next job. Hey, Grumpy Garbs. Good evening. Dear Comrade Lebowski, it has recently become considerably less comfortable to live in our tiny apartment on Harry Brave Street, Building 6. Not only did my husband and I have noticed that it is now almost always dirty in the streets, and rotting trash is scattered everywhere, but all the other residents share our opinion. We found nothing like this in any of the neighbouring districts, so I think the municipal workers stopped trying only in ours. I don't which service to contact about this, so I write directly to you with the hope that you'll be able to make our district clean again. So, Harry Brave Street, Building 6. Dirty streets. We should deal with this right away. Let's try that. A student intern's oversight caused a decrease in the number of janitors in the district where Comrade Hoist lives. A few municipal workers were reprimanded. Fair enough. I'm writing to you once again. This is from the head of the City Committee of Iron 1. Oh, unless that's him. No, Alistair Shallow. Okay. The point of my complaint is that there is an annoying strange noise 1 floor above my apartment, situated in Orange Banner Street, Building 14, Apartment 42. I'm a veteran of the Liberation War and the hero of the social labour. I worked at the factory for 50 years. I even have a medal. In that case, may I expect a quiet, aging Comrade Lebowski? I ask you to deal with these noisemakers vandals in my building as soon as possible. The old man's delirious. It's necessary to check his building. Get the police there. He wrote to the head of the city committee for a reason, didn't he? It's just a minor. It's got no prize. Could be a grumpy old 50... No, could be an old dude. He's a war hero though. It is necessary to check the building. Let's get some municipal workers there. Yeah, we don't need to involve the police yet. Workers of municipal services did not find any vandals or noisemakers at the building. Surveying other tenants revealed nothing suspicious as well. The old man apparently dreamed it up. Well, bugger. Fair enough. So, miners districts disappointed, sons of bitches. It's the budget and amount of money at your disposal and... Oh, okay, so that took money off. Right. Is there more? No. Alright. Day is over, you may leave. Woo! Alright. So, I spent 2k and didn't change. End of the day. Next day. Morning, Helen. Good morning, Comrade River. I bought you the latest edition of the Iron Herald. It's our city newspaper. Thank you. Put it on the table. The new head of the city committee. City committee works for the good of the people. Health insurance is a gift for the workers. Comrade Lebowski will be replaced by a young and energetic Francis River, me, who is a member of the CWP. Graduated, blah, blah, blah. On his Comrade River will continue his dedicated service to the Union, the working people, and our glorious city. Righto. On the same day, the new head of the city began to serve by the sweat of his brow. Sure did. We became aware that on his first working day, Comrade River began to study the history of our city, approved the draft of the new guide for tourists. Did I? And also came to grips with other citizens' problems. Sure did. The last and most important achievement of the retired head of the city is the introduction of the new health insurance package for the workers of the Klaus Wolfram Metallurgical Plant. Comrade Jack Chester, the director of the plant, talks about the advantages of this innovation in the interview published on page 14. La-di-da-di-da. Oh, black phone, normal one. Comrade River, the man you asked to let without an appointment. Grant Tools, thanks for liking the Facebook page. The man you asked to let without an appointment is here. Let him in. Ugh, look at that suave gentleman. Good morning, head of the city committee. Hello, Ray. Take a seat. Would you like a cigarette, perhaps? Thanks. I wouldn't say no. It's been ages. I'm so glad to see you, my friend. Haven't you and Natalie got married yet? We separated a year ago. The ring is still in the box. Oh, damn. Lucky for you, fate provided a consolation prize that's currently waiting right behind this door. Hold on, Ray. Comrade Rosie is a conscientious employee and we are just colleagues. Yeah, Ray. Oh, maybe I need such an employee in the political department more than you. Shame on you for such a pre-revolutionary attitude towards women. I'll report you to the political department, then you'll know. Ha! I would read it with pleasure. That was funny, Ray. Now I thought you wanted to talk about work. Yes, the situation is complicated here. The police constantly report unrest among the workers. A protest is growing. It seems to me it's not only about civil participation, there is some darker purpose. It's for you to manage it all. Everything's out of my hands. It's clear, but you've mentioned cooperation on the phone. That's right. I could help you with information through my channels. Just call me and ask. It's a small town, so I have no superiors. No one will know about our cooperation that will help our good cause of 7 people in the party. So, sounds reasonable. Just write your personal number in my notebook. I wouldn't want to use an official phone. Or, Ray, your proposal is tempting, but I have to turn it down. I wouldn't want something like that to come up later and ruin your life or mine. It's a small town, so I have no superiors. No one will know about our cooperation that will help our good cause of people party. Sounds dodgy. I'm going to turn it down. Stuff Frank I remember. Everything by that book. Okay, anyway, you can count on me if you're ever cornered. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Don't hold your breath, Frank. You are too big of a shot to quietly work from 9 to 6 now. Speaking of time, I should go. I was glad to see you, Frank. See you later, Ray. Right. This is the bit I... Yeah, unfinished business, get back to work. This is the bit I don't get yet about what I'm supposed to do. There is... So these are dossiers, but I just don't... maybe it just gives me background if I see something in the paper that needs to be dealt with. Okay. Top secret code orange. Ooh, comrade Alvin Madstein. So let's test. Alvin Madstein. Is Alvin in here? No, he's not in there. Okay. I hope my letter won't be intercepted. Comrade, head of the city, I believe you understand. This document must not fall into their hands. Who are they, you may ask? They didn't get to me yet. That's the only reason why I can still report to you. Our glorious city. Ben Saunders, like the stream. Thank you, man. This filthy sect that glorifies profit is based at the address Proletarian Street, Building 5. I've seen them hanging out banned books to children and showing them pictures that besmirch our union. Hurry, we must take action before they corrupt the city from the within. So let's see if I can go to that. So the address is Proletarian Street, Building 5. It doesn't really give me streets. The fire, circus, livelihood. Okay, so you can't really drill that far. Alright, no worries. No, don't want that. Can't be real, get the police there. Why not? An integrity division squad broke into the office of a small charity which bought books for children from the Iron One orphanage. Citizens were not pleased by your hasty actions. Whoops. Eek. Okay, let's not be so hasty. Johanna Marburg. Comrade River, I write to you with great sorrow. Yesterday a gang of young Kentish attacked my granddad. Those scoundrels beat him nearly to death. I confess. My granddad could somehow offend them. He is an old school Corvinian and doesn't always watch his tongue, but it is a reason to break his fingers and smash his face in. I filed a report with the Integrity Division, but they refuse to look into it. Perhaps they are afraid this incident may lead to a rise in ethnic tensions or something like that. I beg you, in my troublesome granddad's place, find the perpetrators. It seems that Comrade Marburg is responsible for the incitement of ethnic hatred himself, a fact that shouldn't be overlooked. I don't want to be part of it. No, I don't want to back out. We should we should help the man recover. Yeah, let's do the old man recover. Comrade Marburg was sent to a specialised hospital. It should have a positive effect on his health. His daughter Johanna is very grateful. Okay. My name is Mark Mayerson. My parents are distinguished first category engineers. I followed in their footsteps and have worked at the Wolfram plant for 10 years, earning an apartment in a good district. Yes, I am used to speaking honestly and plainly because I am not afraid to make my voice heard. That's why I'm writing to you. It has been long clear for me that the plant that ensures life in Iron One strangles it at the same time. Of course, we can't just close it down. People need a place to work, but we can control the waste discharged into the city reservoirs. City water reservoirs. The river is spoiled, but at least it's still running. But the waste is now being discharged into the pond, our pond. This is absolutely unprecedented. They discharge tanks of shit at night. Oh, and think that no one will notice. What kind of fools do they think we are? I used to admire the pond almost every morning, back when the swans used to live there. Now it hurts to look at this puddle that is unacceptable even by frog standards. Send an inspection to the plant or do something else, but make the administration reflect on the consequences of their deeds. What else should I do to help Mayerson admire the views? Dunno. What? Why are they discharging toxic waste into a pond? Alright, inspection time for sure. You decided to put an end to this mess. The investigation at the plant revealed that the dumping of hazardous chemicals into the pond was an individual initiative of one of the middle-level employees. He had heard rumours of additional water testings in the river. Such a decision doesn't look like one that may have been decided on the middle level, but you can find no evidence that would lead to any of the higher-ups of the plant. One way or the other, the pond is saved. After some time it may regenerate and the swans will live there once again. Happy swans. Oh, this one's expensive. It's time to finally do something about those metal junkyards. Forgive my emotionality if you mind, but it's simply unbearable. They take rails, pipes and even bundles of cut wires and don't ask those who bring this stuff any questions. They don't care that the buildings are left without electricity, that the railroad will have to buy new rails to replace the stolen ones. Nothing of the sort has ever happened before. In the past, anyone who had even the slightest idea of bringing something stolen there would immediately be handed over to the police. This is utterly ridiculous. Yes, I understand, the plant needs raw materials and recycling is good and so on, but everything has its limit. Drunkards are pulling our city apart in order to earn some money. And we are silently repairing the ruined property. It seems to me that you can simply prohibit them from accepting clearly legal scrap, and then fine, and fine again in case of any violations. Even ready to head a commission that will supervise the enforcement of the ban. Simple ban should suffice, and we also will still have the integrity division. Stop being an apple polisher. What is an apple polisher? So he's head of the livelihood committee. Buildings are left without electricity. The railway will have to buy new rails. So they're stealing. Heaps of money. Let's do a simple ban. You have set new rules for the collection and recycling of the scrap metal in Iron 1, but did not fund the creation of the commission that Kipler proposed. Still, it's better than nothing. We'll see. Geez, they're getting longer. It's sad indeed that the age of progress and social justice has not yet freed us from the plague of religion. It's an essay. This letter is too officious, but there is a reason in what it says. Looks like I'm being played. Oh, gotta read it. Foolish tales of gods and devils continue to poison our society, postponing the inevitable final triumph of the communal socialism. And for what? To mumble nonsense while imagining an ancient man with a fake beard sitting on a cloud. This is foolishness and villainy. Foolishness and villainy from their side. An excessive humanism, excessive softness from ours, but I do not mean to judge Comrade Steele's plans. He is wise and therefore... You know it as well as I do. The party will not put just anyone in charge of the whole city, but I'm writing about an issue that bothers me a lot. The remnants of the old-fashioned faiths are a repugnant but inevitable phenomenon. New sects are the real problem here. Ideal young people are increasingly engaging in ridiculous and dangerous activities instead of creative and joyful work for the benefit of the epoch. Though it pains me to admit, one such person was discovered even in our organisation. The bastard by the name of Alex Pratt put up mocking icons in his room. They depicted disfigured images of famous actors, public figures and even some commune men. Of course, we excluded the two-faced wretch and reported him. This joke will cost him dearly. Unfortunately, we have every reason to believe there is more than one such Pratt hiding in the city. I fear that this brand new religion will become popular among young people. Yeah. Let's do something about it. You agreed to Angela's proposal. The serious explanatory work turned out to be a series of rather dreary lectures. Nonetheless, the school children were happy to skip classes and speculations about a new sect begin to fade away. Alright. Knock knock. You haven't torn away from work all day. That's 5 PM already. Whoa! So I got some tea for you. Thanks. That's better, Comrade River. Honestly, all this officiousness makes me cringe. I feel older than I really am. Yes, it's hard for me to get used to it, too. I've never held such a prominent position. I supervised the young branch of the party in Altstadt, and now I'm suddenly the head of the city committee. Actually, I've only been working here for 4 weeks. Had my graduation in June, and now here I am. How interestingly has everything turned out, and what's the thesis about? It's about covering our important events in foreign press. That's an interesting topic. And what events in particular? The intensification of the conflict within conflict with the Corvin government in exile. Did you call the reactionaries the government in exile right in the thesis, and they let that slide? They grumbled a little but let it pass. They liked the contents. So there's more to you than meets the eye. It's been 4 years since my thesis defense, but I remember it so well as if it was yesterday. I wrote about anti-crisis measures. Huh, now I understand why you appointed to Iron 1. Helen, it just occurred to me, Comrade River makes me feel uncomfortable. Well, Francis, yes, that's better for sure. Alright, Francis, I won't distract you from your work. Yes, Helen, thank you for the tea, right when I needed it. Just knock. It's me again. You have received a message from the party. It's not quite an official appeal. Well, this is a first. I'm listening. Sometimes the city committee is assigned a task that simply cannot be done by the book. Lebowski had a friend for such occasions, a secretary named Andrei Brasilak. This man was not the most likable of my colleagues. Nevertheless, he was well versed in informal assignments. They say Brasilak intends to retire following his patron. And yet I feel like the old man can be persuaded to stay just a little longer. We may need his expertise. This sounds ominous. You are right, it does, but more often than not, the party does not demand anything truly unpleasant. Sometimes you need to collect information, sometimes transfer it instead. I see. Well, that's not what I expected, but it looks like I don't have a choice. Francis, I'll try to help you. I know it sounds bad, but I will really try. I have friends and contacts. They will be able to handle the easier tasks for you. This will help you manage for a while. I still don't particularly trust Brasilak. Once again, you managed to surprise me, Comrade Rosie. Oh, sorry, Helen. Thank you. It's my whole job to help you, Francis. I prepared some documents. When did you have the time? The complaint has just come in. It was actually delivered about 3 hours ago. I just didn't want to distract you from your work. I admire your foresight. It's nothing special, but it's still nice to hear. The party sent a mission for the agents. Mission S goal. Huh. Right, make a decision on what to do. Okay, we found out that the orange garbage trucks appeared on the streets of Iron 1. We believe it unnecessary to explain why the sacrilegious association of the colour of the revolution with waste is completely unacceptable. The trucks will be repainted and the person responsible will be punished accordingly. However, Jonathan Fleck, head of the relevant department of the Livelihood Committee, categorically denies his guilt. He claims that the repainting took place without his knowledge, and he does not know who did it. The head of the committee, Comrade Kipler, supports her employee, drawing attention to his impeccable characteristics and the lack of motives for such an act. Because of this, the decision was made to delay the launch of the official investigation. The party instructs you to deal with the incident without spending too much time and resources. One cannot pull off a joke like this without being noticed. We just need to ask the witnesses and everything will be clear. We need to properly search the trucks, maybe we can find some clues. Those who did this will probably do so again. We shall watch the vehicle fleet of the Livelihood Committee. Orange garbage trucks. The truck, so it's offensive, the orange colour. The trucks will be repainted and the person responsible will be punished. The repainting took place without his knowledge and he does not know who did it. Delay the launch of the official investigation. The party instructions need to possibly search trucks. Let's search the trucks. And oh god. So I reckon you need to have a little bit of info, like not a wall of text. It would be cool if we had like little icons and like a key that said, you know, the key elements of these people, and then have a key, like icons down here, and then a key that explains what those icons are, just instead of... This game's full of reading. Eric Hoffman. I know an Eric Hoffman, he's passed away, but he used to be at the surf club. So Eric Hoffman, you are my man. Hey, hang on. There he is. Send the agent. Okay. I guess we wait. can go now. Sweet. So I gained some political thingy in Wolfram's district. Nice. Alright, well I might do one more day and then I'll switch games around. So this is on the public phone, right? Comrade River, Colonel John Chester came to visit you. Yes, thank you. Invite him in, please. Oh, that's the internal one. Okay. This guy looks serious. I'm glad to meet you at last, Frank. I mean, Comrade River. Good morning, Comrade Colonel. Take a seat, please. Would you like a cigarette? Hey, he's got cigarettes all over. I'm Coolman. Much obliged, and it's cozy here. Not at all like the office I got. No posters, no handbooks, no regulations. I always thought it was like that only in the army. I mean, I sympathise. Yep, but you're the one who deserves sympathy here. Why do you think so? You were assigned to a real nest of vipers, full of slippery, servile, greedy for benefits, proletarians. I'm afraid you're going a bit too far. Our country was founded on the principle of defending the proletariat's happiness. Our country was created for the happiness of all people, but in Iron 1, workers want to be happier than the rest, you and I included. Colonel, I hope I'm mistaken in assuming that important work you want to discuss is just idle reflections on the people's happiness. Yeah, you run a type ship, of course. I remember about our problem. I was getting to that part. The thing is that the local workers are hogging the blanket, and their demands for medical insurance don't take into account the harmonious existence with other strata of our society. They don't take us into account. The police need the support of the city committee, and if you don't forget us in such a deplorable situation, we, in turn, won't forget you. Two options. I think I finally understand what you mean. The things that you are talking about look like the plotting of the counter-revolutionaries. I can promise you full support of the city committee. You just need to call me and I will do my best to normalise the situation in the city. Comrade Colonel, I'm afraid I don't share your dramatic vision of the situation, at least until I get to know the situation. Yeah, I reckon the last one, because he was making some assumptions there. Do you consider me a liar, Comrade River? I understood what you mean perfectly. To portray the head of the police, as a liar. Oops. You will live to regret your discretion. I didn't trust him. Right. So, this is the newspaper for September 13. That's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same paper. Oh, wait, can you turn the page? Nope. I can't leave. I can't talk. Okay, I got cases. Jeepers, I got a lot of cases. Alright. Good day. As you know, the latest political reforms in the Union have led to changes in the law. In particular, there is an opportunity now for ordinary citizens to start private businesses in high priority development regions such as I1. Therefore, I have the right to apply for registration of my own enterprise. As a former public catering worker, I'm going to open a bakery at Henrik Strasser Street, Building 5. All required documents are attached. I hope you receive your appeal. Alvin Beard's great-grandfather fought for reactionary forces during the Civil War. The Black Guardian descendants are poor candidates for participation in the party's experimental programs. How do we know they're untrustworthy elements? Bakery. I like bakeries. Soon, Comrade Beard will open his bakery, waiting for the city committee to process his request and register his business. You hope Beard will be wise enough to send you something tasty. He better. I want a big bagel. James Meadows. Dear Comrade River, it is not a secret that the ethnic question is an acute one for Iron 1. I am Kentish. You are Corvinian. That would be a problem for many of our fellow citizens, but is it really that hard to understand each other? I don't think so. Our nations can continue to live in peace. True? In an effort to emphasize this, I am going to apply for placing a monument to Kentish heroes of the Civil War. I designed it to specifically the city centre. Yes, some of the citizens' reactions will be ambiguous. Many Corvidians still think that our heroes fought only for their independence from the old empire. It's definitely wrong. Kentish revolutionaries such as Stephen and Bendir fought for equality and social justice, just as Klaus Wolfram himself did. That's why I think my initiative will strengthen the understanding between our nations. Please see the attached document. I like monuments. Oh, disappointment in the miners district. Strong discontent will lead to a riot. Let's put a monument up, let's see what happens. Permission for the construction of the Kentish Revolutionaries monuments were questioned by the citizens, however, only time will tell whether the monument shall fit the city's architecture or not. Unfortunately, I'm writing to you quite joylessly. I am Secretary of the Gas Supply Department and I want to complain about my chief, Marcus Kleiner. However, it would be more accurate to say blame my chief. I have evidence of Kleiner's involvement in corruption schemes that permeate all municipal structures. I know for a fact that he has connections, allowing him to smash me like a bug. That's why I'm not applying to the Integrity Division, but directly to you. Copies of all documents and the evidence I collected will be sent to you shortly. I hope that we can send this villain to jail. Well, let's examine the evidence. Last night, Marcus Kleiner was arrested. Based on the documents you've given and the results of the investigation, we've got a complete picture of the crime and indict this scoundrel for embezzlement and exceeding his authority. In addition, we went out on track of his associates who will also be indicted for different crimes. Municipal workers resent, but he won't help them. We'll clean up this criminal nest anyway, okay? 2 to go. My name is Martin Bleistift. I am the acting director of the circus. I am writing to you as a colleague. Just kidding, but in fact, we have less and less reasons to tell jokes these days. We have no money left at all, which in turn means there are no new performances. Without performances, the audience loses interest. Who wants to look at the same old mangy monkey if one can go to any store and ask to speak with the manager? Another joke. Okay, jokes aside. I think we are about to be shut down. Last month, the previous director retired and no one was appointed to take his position, so I now have to deal with tons of paperwork, which makes me forget about my aptitude for stage performance. Frankly speaking, I make people laugh much better than I manage finances. Although things are not bad, yesterday my partner in acrobatic acts, Kathy, and I came up with an idea of a mobile zoo with exotic animals. It's going to be huge. We will set up outdoor cages that can be used as mini arenas for small performances. Just imagine the joy it will bring to the children. The parents are going to like the performance as well, especially if the repertoire is updated from time to time. This venture's potential is hard to overstate. Unfortunately, the project will require large amounts of money, but just a few cages and a new tamer would be enough to get things moving, which is not so expensive. We will prepare a demonstration and do our best, so the audience will certainly appreciate our efforts and we will sell out. The regional authorities will understand how important it is to encourage talented and initiative artists, and I and One will get a new point of interest that, I'm not afraid to say, will attract visitors from all over the country, just like a magnet attracts iron shavings. Why not? You agreed to finance Bleistift's idea. The show did not make the promised furore, but it did attract a lot of attention. Your action helped the circus stay afloat. difference? Yeah, it's just not changing much yet. Colonel John Chester, right. What is he saying? As you know, there is a military unit near our city. I don't want to say anything bad about Comrade Winterstay, but his subordinates have caused us problems more than once. So far, everything has been limited to absence without leave and drunken fights, but who knows what else can get into the heads of armed young men. That's why I propose to cover all the bases in advance and organise additional patrolling of the city and its surroundings by the police voluntary help units. Volunteers will catch the runaway soldiers before they get too drunk. Yeah, that's a good idea. You approve Chester's plan. Now the city will sleep peacefully, especially during holidays. However, peace has come at the cost of unforeseen financial expenses. That's fine. We don't want unrest. Okay. You have unfinished business. What do I have to do? That's the country map. What about this one? Oh. The livelihood committee? Oh yeah. He's sleeping. Why is he sleeping? The agent began to dismantle the garbage trucks, trying to find something that would point to the real perpetrator. Unfortunately, the agent could not find anything suspicious, as he simply preferred chatter to work. God damn, Eric Hoffman. The inefficiency of your actions made it impossible to delay the investigation any further. Now Comrade Cooper, who is competent enough not to waste his attention on soft trifles, will have to deal with this matter. Think about it, Comrade. Right, so who? Comrade Copper. I don't get it. That's fine. Police. Vegetable warehouse. An inspection conducted by the Regional Economic Commission has shown that up to several tons of agricultural products per month disappear from the vegetable warehouse in the bazaar district called the Agriculturalist. However, the administration of the warehouse denies the fact of theft, referring to errors in accounting and natural deterioration of the product. A full-scale investigation. Nick Holland is like the stream, thank you man. A full-scale inspection by the Integrity Division seems undesirable, as it would be long, expensive and inefficient. The party recommends that you conduct your own investigation and submit the results directly to the Regional Committee. Your failure will lead to the start of an official investigation and will poorly affect the image of the City Committee. So what's going on with the vegetable factory? Several tons of agri per month disappear. The administration denies the fact of theft, referring to errors in accounting and natural deterioration of product. We need to catch a worker from the vegetable warehouse and beat everything we need out of him. Let's put some eyes on the vegetable warehouse. And let's get someone older this time. Let's get Andre Brasilak to just be that beady-eyed man. Oh, Comrade River, you have a letter from a man named Paul Traub. I think I have already heard this name somewhere. Thanks, Helen. I'll take a look. By the way, my name is Francis. We talked about this, remember? I'll get used to it, Francis. This reminds me of Francis Underwood. You've got mail. Hello, my name is Paul Traub. Please read this letter. I think it will interest you. I'm a journalist. You may remember my articles in the Iron Herald. Just a few years ago, they were still on the front page, but recently I was rushed to a well-deserved rest. I'm indeed not young, but it is not the only point. The wind of freedom that brought you the post of mayor has turned my own head. It seemed to me that the call for a new society was sincere, and I accepted it with all my heart. Of course, you know that corruption is one of the main ailments of our state. It seems logical that the fight against corruption is a struggle for the cause of the revolution. Thinking that this will be enough to keep myself out of harm's way, I started investigating thefts at the meat processing plant. A couple of weeks later, the material with the names and volumes of stolen goods was on the table of the editor-in-chief. In another 3 days, I was retired, and instead of the investigation, they published an article on nutrition. I reckon that the chief editor really started to eat better. I need to do that. Now everything has become very obvious to me. It was very naive of me to expect that the grassroots initiative would have no consequences. Frankly speaking, I got off with small losses. They simply made it clear that it's time to forget about writing articles and get used to playing dominoes with other useless fossils like me. But But old fools are slow learners, and I'm not into playing dominoes. Therefore, I'm going to continue my activity, of course. They won't publish my works, the police will just laugh, and that's at best. This is why I will send the results of my research to you, to someone who can give them a move over the heads of our celestials. Cooperation is mutually beneficial. I will have something to do. You will show yourself a talented and responsible leader. And villains like those who threw me out of work will be powerless. The head of the city is out of the league. I hope you didn't take me for a village idiot. I've seen a lot of these people during my time in the newspaper. In any case, I expect to send you over the case materials I'm working on by the end of the month, and then you can decide how to deal with them. Writing to your predecessor would be ridiculous. Fortunately, you are not like him. Sincerely yours, a retired man. Hello, Comrade River. This is Jack Chester, head of the Klaus Wolfram Metallurgical Plant. Hello, Comrade Chester. Glad to meet you. And I'm so glad. Congratulations on your appointment as the head of the city committee. Can you spare a minute? Certainly. Comrade River, I got a call from regional committee. They asked to convey that since you are the head of our glorious city now, you need to speak to the workers of the plant. Why did they call you and not me? Apparently they decided to contact me directly so that I could immediately take on the organisation. I'll pick you up tonight at about 7 o'clock. Kinda looks like I don't have a choice. Goodbye, Comrade River. Oh, skewer line. Oh. Comrade River? Yes, it's me. How can I... Francis, why did you allow the shortage of essential medication? Do you want to spark an epidemic? But that's Comrade Backup's area of expertise. Do not shift responsibility. Fighting emergency situations is the responsibility of the city committee, as well as providing the city with everything necessary. It's your job, which frankly you aren't doing very well right now. What? But I can't personally. Great. You also have no idea about the specifics of the transport and logistics systems in advanced development regions. What specifics? They didn't warn me about anything like this, neither at the university nor on the ground. Do not waste time on excuses, just listen and remember well. Iron 1 is an essential link in the production chain of the entire region. The products of the metallurgical plant should be distributed daily, based on the actual needs of other cities, which, in turn, provide Iron 1 with everything it needs. If you have a shortage of any resources, then you and only you are the one who must ensure their supply through a barter system. Have all hands on deck at the plant if necessary. Barter system? That sounds like a lot like capitalism. If I were you, I wouldn't criticise the party-approved experimental program, Comrade River. This way it won't be long until you earn a reputation of a reactionary element, and why would we need reactionaries in important positions? Take action. That was a lot of hot air. You can allocate resources using the map of the region. Facility. Jean-Marie Oil Refinery produces fuel. Okay. Ruel's. How did I know it's from Ruel's? Scroll it to request from the city more medicine. The plant needs more metal products now. Organise the delivery or your neighbours will have problems. How do I do that? Oh. How do I do it? Wood. No. Medicine. No. District residents' attitude to the city committee will decline every day. The plant's output is decreased. How do I... The plant needs more metal products now. Organise the delivery or your neighbours will have problems. How do I organise the delivery? Oh. Return to the office when ready. By the following day, your orders will be executed. Right. Oh, so I gained favour in those. That's cool. So I'm at 81 favour now. Good evening, Comrade Chester. Yes, it's indeed a great evening, Comrade Head of the City Committee. How do you feel about your new post? Frank, I need time to settle in. I feel like a stranger here. Well, Francis, you'll get used to it. Have you prepared a speech? Yes, to tell the truth, I'm a little worried. I've never had to speak before an audience. Never mind, they are just workers. They don't actually care about your speech. Then what's all this for? A mere formality, but it's important. Oh, it seems we've arrived already. After you, Francis. My dear comrades, proletarians, I'm glad to be with you today to see your bright faces. I like the hand-drawn picture there. Your hard work is the pride not only of our city but also of the entire Union of People's Orange Communes. I swear in front of all the people gathered here to fulfill my duties to the citizens of Iron 1 and to work so that the party will be proud of the results as much as it's proud of you. Thank you, comrades. Great speech, Francis. You were worrying about nothing. Now it's my turn. Walter Weiss. Comrade River, I urgently need to talk to you. Hello, and you are? My name is Walter Weiss. I represent the Workers' Union. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Comrade River, we have a difficult situation at the plant. It's caused by the medical insurance reform. Why do you think so? Your predecessor, Comrade Lebowski, never gave us an answer. This is my third day here, Comrade Weiss. And that is why we decided to meet you personally. We ask you to review the reform. Comrade Weiss, I'm sorry, but we have to go now. I'm sure he'll get it sorted out some other day. I love the hand-drawn art there. Good morning, Francis. Good morning, Helen. Meetings with the heads of the city committees are scheduled for today. Lieutenant Colonel Bayer from the Fire Committee has already arrived. Well, let him in. Comrade River, good morning. And good morning to you, Comrade Lieutenant Colonel. In order not to waste neither your time nor mine, I'll get straight to the point. Firefighters in our city are in an acute need of practically everything. We've only a handful of cars in working order. My people go on calls praying to at least get to the placement of the incident. If a serious fire would really happen in the city, we won't be able to deal with it. We'll be lucky if we can contain it. We barely have enough money for salaries and social guarantees. I hope I conveyed the seriousness of the situation clearly enough, and you will take it into account when allocating the budget. I really hope that I'll be able to help you, but you must understand that I have to hear everyone else out as well to have a clearer picture of the situation in the city. The situation in the city? The situation is that we have one of the largest metallurgical plants in the country, and its equipment wear and tear does nothing to reduce the risk of fire. I won't be able to cope with a fire in such a huge, decrepit building. You're a man from far away, but I think you're able to assess the scale of the disaster if the whole city were to suddenly find itself out of work. I share your concern, but the situation is complicated for more than just yourself, so I cannot give you any premature promises. Copy that. I'll wait for your final decision. Goodbye, Comrade River. Goodbye, Comrade Bear. Carl Bacot, Chief Doctor of the First City Hospital, is waiting for you. Let him in. Good afternoon, Comrade River. Good afternoon, Bacot. You can call me Carl. I really don't like all these formalities. Excuse me, Comrade Bacot, but I'm probably young enough to be your son. Well, as you wish. I hope we will be able to overcome these prejudices in the future. Just so you know, respect, Comrade Bacot. Respect for you and your profession. Oh, I could go on for hours talking about how respect is earned by deeds and not by age, but I'm afraid we've got the work to discuss. I'm listening. You will probably be surprised, but I will not try to beg for your funding by talking about my troubles and hardships. Although dramatising is an old habit of the heads of the departments of our city, I would like to talk about something else. About the successes of our city hospital. With your honourable predecessor, Comrade Lebowski, we introduced the new package of the medical insurance for workers of the Klaus Wolfram plant. Common working people can now get extensive medical care. Sounds great, Comrade Bacot, but you didn't come here to boast, did you? You are right. We really wanted to extend the new package to all civil servants of our city, and we can't do so without tapping into the city budget. Didn't you say you weren't going to ask for money? Oh please, I just refuse to exaggerate. We have enough funding for all of our basic needs, but it could always be better. Well, sounds reasonable. I'll think about it and let you know about my decision in the next few days. Goodbye then. Jane Kipler is here. Bloody hell. My god, there's no end to them. I can't keep up with all this stuff. Till I'm out for lunch. It will be done. Come on, Helen. Okay, well, I'm going to end this game here. I'm going to save it. Let's put it in there. Oops. Let's do it anyway, yes. Whew, okay. It's a lot of reading. So, just back. Actually, I'll leave it in this menu. So this, let's go here. Right, so this game, For the People, is out tomorrow, the 13th of August in Australia. So I'll just recap the game's details. For the People is an acute social novel with strategic elements in which you take control of the newly appointed mayor of a small city. Will the party provide for the people, or are the people just cogs in its machine? The choice is yours, comrade. So, it's an acute social novel with strategic elements that puts play on the shoes of the state official. So the key tags are: develop a taste for power, manage the appeals for justice from your citizens, grant or dismiss requests from subject departments, and untangle a web of political intrigue. Always be 2 steps ahead. Every district in Iron 1 needs your help, but with a limited budget you cannot help everyone. Strategically distribute resources to the people to earn their trust and increase your influence over them. There is no chance to please everyone, so you will inevitably have to take sides. There are over 5 possible endings. Every decision has a consequence. You will need to balance the interests of the party, the future of the country, and the very livelihood of your citizens. So check it out. It's For the People. It's on Steam. Developed by, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right, the Brest Studio, and published by 101XP. So thank you 101XP for the review key through indieboost.com. So I'll upload that with this video there later tonight. And I will leave this game here. I've saved it, so we'll go back to the main menu. Have a quick look at the creators. It's always good to give a nod to the game design team developers. Especially these indie devs, they need a lot of support, and it's not hard to shout out these guys for all their work. This game may not be for everyone, but it's a game they put their passion and lives into it, so happy to spread the word. Alright.